Welcome to Star Citizen and an in-depth look at the exciting engineer gameplay. We'll be detailing the innovative features and mechanics of this new gameplay loop that will take the multi-crew experience in Star Citizen to a whole new level. Join us as we explore the fascinating possibilities this gameplay area holds for all budding engineers in Star Citizen. So it's time to dive deeper and analyze what the engineer gameplay has to offer from Alpha 4.0 onwards. On that note, Scotty, beam me up! And if you think you were well entertained and informed by the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any future updates and news. Thank you. We go into the different aspects of engineer gameplay that will be introduced in the upcoming Star Citizen Alpha 4.0 and analyze the different roles and responsibilities that engineers will take on aboard our spaceships. From managing resources and maintaining ship systems to customizing and optimizing ship components, the engineering gameplay in Star Citizen 4.0 offers a veritable wealth of possibilities for players who want to take on engineering challenges. But we will also show you the various hazards engineers will face, such as overheating, wear and tear, and malfunctions, and how they can solve these problems to keep the ship in top shape. Also learn about the different conditions of the ship's components and how engineers need to monitor and control them to ensure optimal performance and efficiency. Starting with Star Citizen Alpha 4.0, which is expected to be a playable release in early 2024, engineers will initially be divided into three main roles: the tuner, the mechanic, and the manager. Each of these roles contributes in unique ways to keeping the ship running and optimizing the efficiency of the systems. From the strategic planning and customization of the ship's systems by the tuner, to the hands-on repair and maintenance by the mechanic, to the resource management by the manager, the engineering gameplay in 4.0 offers a more than varied and exciting game experience. Let's start with the journey to the role of the engineer in Star Citizen 4.0. In the first part of our in-depth look at engineer gameplay, we will trace the development and journey to implementing the engineer role in Star Citizen 4.0. After a very long time of development specifically in this area. This is because the engineer gameplay emerged from discussions, planning documents, and ideas from the community and presented CIG with various challenges on the way to implementing these hugely important mechanics. Our journey begins with the development team's vision to create a deep and diverse multi-crew experience for Star Citizen. In the early discussions and planning stages, it quickly became clear that a specialized role for players interested in spaceship engineering and maintenance was essential. Thus, the idea of the engineer gameplay was born, developed from a combination of internal brainstorming sessions, design documents, and valuable feedback from the Star Citizen community. One of Star Citizen's greatest strengths is the passionate and engaged community. From the beginning, the development team has worked closely with the community to gather ideas and suggestions for the engineer gameplay. Through the Spectrum forum, social media and events, numerous suggestions and requests have been shared, helping to shape the vision for the engineering role in Star Citizen. Developing the role of the engineer was not an easy process. The developers at CIG faced numerous technical challenges, such as integrating new systems and mechanics, adapting user interfaces, and implementing new artistic and audiovisual elements. They also had to make important design decisions to ensure a balanced and engaging gaming experience for engineers. Once the foundations for engineer gameplay were laid, the phase of extensive testing and optimization began. CIG used several testing phases to further refine and optimize the engineering gameplay, which we have already seen in different variations in the past. Through this iterative process, the team was able to ensure that the engineer role in Star Citizen 4.0 could meet the high-quality standards and expectations of the community. And after this brief overview of the journey to implement the engineer role, we will now take a closer look at the various features and systems that the engineer gameplay has to offer. With the upcoming Alpha 4.0, the engineer role will be officially integrated into the game. And this introduction of the new role will above all significantly expand the multi-crew experience in Star Citizen and offer players numerous new opportunities to maintain and optimize their ships and also use them more efficiently in combat. Multi-crew will thus increasingly offer a higher value and above all real gameplay advantages. At least as long as they are also multi-crew ships. At the heart of the engineering gameplay are various systems and mechanics that allow players to monitor and adjust their ships in real time. This includes the management of power distribution, cooling, shields, and drives, as well as the repair and maintenance of ship systems. Engineers are thus responsible for the continuous performance and condition of the ships and play a crucial role in the success of each mission. In order to effectively perform the tasks of an engineer, the player has a variety of tools and equipment at their disposal. These include, for example, special consoles and terminals that provide a detailed overview of the ship's condition, as well as mobile toolboxes and repair drones that can be used to repair damage on board and maintain systems. Details on when these additional tools will find their way into the game have not yet been given, but these mechanics will also be implemented and successively expanded from Tier 0 onwards. Therefore, the introduction of the role of the engineer is only the beginning. CIG has already announced that it will continue to work on the further development and improvement of the engineer gameplay. Future updates and expansions should offer even more depth, variety and challenges for all those who are enthusiastic about the technology and maintenance of spaceships. But now let's take a look at the features, systems and mechanics of the engineer gameplay. The most important aspects of engineer gameplay involve responsibility for resource management, prioritizing ship systems for their intended use and of course warding of hazards. Here we learn about the three main hazards that engineers face: overheating, wear and tear and malfunctions, and how these affect the ship. This is because an important aspect of gameplay is the efficient use of resources such as power, cooling and shields. Engineers are responsible for finding the right balance between these resources to ensure that the ship functions optimally and can react to different situations. This can include directing power to specific systems such as weapons or propulsion, ensuring cooling of overheating systems, or targeting shields to protect their ship from enemy attack. Engineers also need to be able to prioritize ship systems and react quickly to changing conditions. This may mean deciding which system to repair first in an emergency or which upgrades make the most sense. By skillfully managing and prioritizing the ship systems, engineers can ensure that their ship remains operational in the most challenging conditions. Over time, ships in Star Citizen are exposed to various hazards that can affect their condition and performance. Engineers need to be constantly vigilant and watch for signs of overheating, wear and tear, and malfunctions to ensure that the ship remains operational. The issue of overheating. If systems are operated at high power for a prolonged period of time or are damaged, they can overheat. Overheating can lead to reduced performance or even total failure of the affected system or even the entire vessel. Engineers must be careful to manage cooling effectively to avoid overheating and extend the life of the ship systems. The area of wear and tear. Over time, ship systems and components wear out, leading to reduced performance and increased susceptibility to failure. Engineers need to carry out regular maintenance and replace worn parts to maintain the vessel's performance and, most importantly, avoid costly breakdowns. The problem of malfunctions. Sometimes vessel systems may not function properly due to wear, damage or other factors. Malfunctions can lead to unpredictable behavior or performance degradation that can endanger the vessel. Engineers must be able to quickly identify and correct malfunctions to ensure the safety and performance of the vessel. So, through effective resource management, prioritizing of ship systems, and defense against hazards, engineers can significantly contribute to their ship's ability to withstand the most demanding situations. But let's move on to another interesting area, the malfunction system, the different types of faults. The malfunction system with the different types of errors will also be implemented with the introduction of the engineer gameplay. We look at how these errors affect the ship and how the engineer has to react to fix these problems. The dynamic error management system is a central part of the Engineer-Gameplay and makes for a dynamic and challenging gaming experience. This is because this system proactively and reactively generates different types of faults depending on the circumstances and the state of the ship system. The engineers have to be constantly on their toes to react to the error messages and take appropriate measures to rectify them. Malfunction systems are thus subject to various categories and effects, which can be divided into different categories depending on the type of malfunction and the systems affected. The following are some of the most common types of malfunctions and their impact on the ship. Performance degradation. Performance degradation can occur when a system can no longer perform at its full capacity, so due to wear or damage. This can affect the efficiency and responsiveness of the affected system and reduce the overall performance of the vessel. System failure. A system failure occurs when a ship system fails completely and ceases to function. This can be caused by severe damage, overheating, or other factors. System failures can have critical consequences for the ship and must be repaired as soon as possible. Malfunction. Malfunctions are temporary impairments that can affect the function of a system. They can be caused by external influences such as electromagnetic interference, hostile weapons, or environmental conditions. Engineers must identify the cause of the malfunction and take countermeasures to restore normal function to the affected system. Internal faults. Internal faults are problems that occur within a system or component, such as short circuits, defective components, or software errors. These faults can often be fixed by a thorough inspection or repair of the affected system. This is probably how we experience the first 30k of our shields or a login error in our weapons. Diagnostic and repair engineers then need to be able to respond quickly and effectively to different types of faults. This requires a thorough understanding of the ship systems and the tools and resources available. Diagnosing a fault is often the first step to repair and can be done through visual inspection, the use of scanners, or analysis of data from the ship systems. Once the cause of the fault is identified, engineers can take the appropriate repair or maintenance action. There are to be several ways to do this. Repair tools. Engineers need to be familiar with the variety of repair tools to be able to repair faults effectively. These include welding equipment, multifunction tools, spare parts, and diagnostic equipment. Choosing the right tool for the particular fault is crucial for a successful repair. Currently, we only know the multi-tool with its various attachments, but in the future there will also be dedicated tools for the respective areas that offer faster, improved, or more comprehensive performance. Spare parts and materials. When troubleshooting is often necessary to replace worn or damaged parts, engineers must have an adequate stock of spare parts and materials to carry out appropriate repairs quickly and effectively. Teamwork and communication. Effective troubleshooting often requires the cooperation of several crew members. Engineers need to be able to communicate effectively with other departments such as the bridge, weapon systems, or medical department to find and implement solutions to problems together. Decision-making and prioritizing. As ships in Star Citizen are often confronted with multiple faults at the same time, engineers need to be able to make decisions and prioritize quickly. This may mean deciding which bug to fix first or which system are most important in an emergency. In summary, engineers in the malfunction system play a crucial role in diagnosing, rectifying, and preventing faults to keep the ship functional and operational. By having a deep understanding of the ship systems, working effectively with other crew members, and utilizing the tools and resources available, engineers can successfully overcome the challenges of the malfunction system and navigate their ships safely through the Star Citizen universe. But let's take a closer look at the different roles an engineer can take on in Star Citizen: the tuner, the mechanic, and the manager. Each of these roles has a direct impact on the ship and its performance, and there are certain skills and tasks associated with each role. The role of the tuner is to optimize systems and performance. The tuner is an engineer who focuses on optimizing the ship systems and improving performance. The main tasks of a tuner are to adjust the ship systems to make them work more efficiently and to make upgrades and modifications to get the maximum performance out of each system. Specific tasks of the tuner include fine-tuning drives, weapons and shields to achieve the best possible balance between performance, efficiency and durability. Adjusting power distributions to ensure that all systems are adequately powered without wasting energy unnecessarily. Installing and configuration of component and system modules. Installing and configuration component and system upgrades to improve their overall performance to the ship. And in an MMO term to speak, the tuner has some buffs in store, so to speak, which can passively give us more power. The role of the ship mechanic concerns active maintenance, repair and troubleshooting. The ship's mechanic is an engineer who specializes in the maintenance, repair and troubleshooting of ship systems and components. The main tasks of the ship mechanics are maintaining ship systems, repair, wear and damage and find quick and effective solution in case of malfunctions. Specific duties of a ship's mechanic include performing regular maintenance to ensure that all systems and components are in good working order, repairing or replacing damaged or worn parts to maintain the vessel's performance and prevent breakdowns, diagnose and rectify faults to ensure that the vessel remains operational under all conditions. And to put back into an MMO term, the mechanic is most likely a healer of sorts. The manager's role ultimately involves resource management, planning and coordination. The manager is an engineer who focuses on resource management, planning and coordination of the engineering department. The main responsibilities of a manager are to ensure that the engineering department works efficiently, resources are used optimally, and all repair and maintenance work is carried out in a timely manner. Specific tasks of a manager include planning and prioritizing maintenance and repair work to ensure that critical systems and components are serviced in a timely manner and that the vessel remains in optimum condition. Coordinating engineering teams and assigning tasks to ensure efficient cooperation and communication with the department. And again, in MMO terminology, so more of a raid leader keeping track to steering the team. For Star Citizen, however, this role is more likely to be in the area of really large ships with a large number of crew members. This is because depending on the size and complexity of the ship, an engineer may take on all three roles or specialize in one particular role. On larger ships and in large organizations, it is likely that the engineering department will consist of several engineers working in different roles and working closely together to ensure the efficiency and performance of a ship. A successful engineer must therefore be able to adapt to different roles and requirements. The ability to switch between different roles and work effectively with other engineers is critical to maintaining the ship systems and ensuring the best possible performance in all conditions. But what does the wider future of engineering gameplay look like? So finally we take a look at the future of engineering gameplay and how it sets to evolve. The engineer gameplay is understood to be a central part of the multi-crew experience in Star Citizen and will therefore continue to evolve to provide players with ever new challenges and opportunities. Some of the planned developments for the engineer gameplay are enhanced system interactions. In future updates, interactions with ship systems will be made more detailed and realistic to provide players with a more immersive experience. This may include the introduction of new tools and technologies available for engineers to use in their work. New challenges and scenarios. The developers plan to further expand the Malfunction System and introduce new bug types and challenges that will provide engineers with varied and exciting tasks. Customizable skill sets. Future updates may include the introduction of customizable skill sets for engineers, allowing players to tailor their character to specific roles or specializations, further developing their individual skills and interests in the game. Engineer gameplay is an integral part of the multi-crew gameplay experience in Star Citizen and contributes significantly to the gamey atmosphere and teamwork aboard a spaceship. This is because working with other crew members in different roles such as pilots, weapon officers, drone pilots, medical personnel or other specialists creates a dynamic and cooperative gameplay experience that constantly presents the players with new challenges. We hope that you enjoyed a deep insight into the engineer gameplay and that it prepared you for the diverse tasks and challenges. We are already looking forward to lending a hand ourselves and together ensuring safety and stability on our ships. Or we turn the possibilities on foreign ships around and cause absolute chaos. I bid you farewell until next time, see you soon, and see you in the verse.